are. Now introduce us, Jay. Go ahead, now introduce us, because now this is the YouTube.
Hey now, welcome y'all to Soul of a Man, Heart of a Woman radio show powered by Fedora Radio. Thank you for tuning in with us. We have some fantastic guests. I got my co-host, Marc5 in the building.
Good evening,
What's up,
everyone.
Marc?
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. What's good with everybody? Hope everybody's staying safe, being positive.
Yes, yes, yes.
I gotta do this one thing real quick, because it's been a while since on this show we had this. Here's a story. Because it looked like it just looked like the Family Feud. What is it called? The Brady
The
Bunch.
Brady Bunch.
Yeah, it looks like the Brady Bunch right now. Look. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Y'all woke? Y'all there?
Very big. All
What's
right.
up, people?
Look, introduce yourselves. Y'all need some music?
Yes, please. Hey, everybody. My name is King Raccoon. Thanks for tuning in with us tonight for a great show. Hope everybody's doing well, staying safe and being awesome.
Go ahead, Dom. You next. I'm trying to get his vocals together first. Look.
Everyone, Don. I'm trying to get my speaker together. I can't really hear nothing y'all saying, so
Yeah,
that's
you
what
have
I'm
some
saying.
feedback coming through.
Yeah. I kind of hear y'all, so the conversation is a little passive to me right now. But as soon as I get this together on my end, I'm gonna have something to say.
Okay, I understand. You be having that echo when you be talking to women. You have that lasting effect. I see. I hear.
That's what
I
it
hear
is.
you.
Look, like, what you doing?
That
What you
echo
doing? What you
effect.
doing? What you doing?
Right.
What's up, babe? What's up, babe? What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
I can't get you out my head. Every time I go somewhere, I just hear you. You all in my head, boy. Damn. You got a lasting
Ew.
effect.
And we
You,
got
your
my
daddy,
man,
your
Simply
daddy,
D.
your daddy,
Go ahead
your
and introduce
daddy, your
yourself.
daddy.
It's your man Simply D. I'm on the move, but you'll see me. I'll be fading in and out maybe, or I'll be in the dark, but I'm here, and I will be making little comments from here to there.
There you go. Look, you looking like, look.
Trying to tell you. He be on the run.
Look, I wonder, look, you crazy. So tonight, and we have another guest on, but she's there. She'll pop in a little bit.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
You hear,
Could you please
look,
repeat
hear Siri say, look.
Yo.
Paris want to even be a guest. Ain't that something? Look.
Everybody want to
But we
be a
got
part
another
of the
guest
show.
that'll be on. I want to say what's up to Mr. Jim Tobin that popped on when we popped on watching. Look, making sure your ass get to work.
Yeah, exactly.
He popped on like, oh, wait a minute, you live? Let me make sure his ass getting to work. I'm going to watch this show. What's up, Jim? I see you watching. Again, thanks for everybody tuning on. Tonight, we're going to just basically talk about a lot of the topics that's going on. And around 11:15, we're going to have Miss JMO's segment. Also, we're going to talk about relationships since we have a younger panel on our live tonight and also on Fedora Radio. And if you miss any of this show, you can always go back to YouTube and search Fedora Radio and it will be up there. Or you can check out the podcast when you go wherever you watch listen to your podcast. You can go search Fedora Radio and check out tonight's show and all the other shows that's here with Fedora Radio, the station that's more than music. And we say that we're more than music because we teach. What is it, Tom? We educate, we teach, and we entertain. Something like
Come
that.
on now.
Exactly.
So that's why we're more than music, because we talk about today's topics, we talk about past topics and all types of topics. And at the same time, we try to educate people through our conversation. So tonight we're going to pop off with congratulations to all the African-American women. First, I would like to salute y'all because of the simple fact y'all have a beautiful woman in the White House for the first time. So I am looking forward to seeing how she represents y'all women and us African-Americans. And I was going to say, she's still over here talking. That must be you.
You know what I'm saying?
And the whole, I want to see how she represents and do things. And I'm hoping that some of the people that I was listening to today that the president-elect is picking for his panel and the different office positions, that they help him and that they make a change. I think my personal opinion on this whole situation is I think that we all make mistakes. We all do things that we're not happy about. But should we judge this man for the stuff that he said however long ago it was? We learn from our mistakes. I'm hoping that he learned from some of the stuff that he did, some of the laws that he passed that might wasn't, you know, as you say, good. I guess I can just put it simple. Because I'm gonna use an example that my big brother Jimmy Dennis told me. He said it's amazing how people hold people accountable for stuff they did in the past. And for example, he used Malcolm X. How about if we held Malcolm X accountable for the things that he did before he became Malcolm X? It wouldn't be no such thing as Malcolm X. If we basically held him accountable for being a pimp and all the drug addict and all that type stuff that he did, it wouldn't have gave him an opportunity to do the amazing work that he did after he learned from his mistakes. So we have to learn as people to not hold people accountable for what they've done, but hold them accountable to make sure that they learn from what they've done and make sure that they move in the right direction, because we all do things that we're not proud of. So what y'all think about this whole White House change, I guess?
I totally agree with that. People are quick to try to throw you under the bus for your past or things that you did, as if like you can't change. Even in relationships, you know, you'll find yourself getting into an argument with your significant other, and the first thing that somebody wants to do is bring up the past. The past is the past. So we already had that argument. Why are you still bringing that up? Or if I did something in my past, why are you still judging me on that? If I'm now more mature and I'm trying to correct those things that I did in my past and make a difference, why does society, or why do people close to us still hold us accountable, for our past, instead of letting it go and seeing if we matured or grown or learned from those mistakes?
I was good with you until them last 3 words. It was
That was my confusion.
I said, hey, you was doing good. Then you started mansplaining with the last 3 words. I was like, oh, I'm lost.
And
I agree, and I agree. Here we go with the heart of a woman. I agree, gentlemen. I agree that first, let's go ahead and do the relationship, and then we'll do the White House. I'm super stoked and excited about all the women in the White House and all the jobs that they've had and they've never had before. I'm excited to see what they want to do. However, I feel as though in a relationship, the past is the past. And as my mom say, now that's the past. If I'm going to accept what you've done, and I say I accept that in the sense of staying with you and trying to continue to build a relationship with you, I have to within myself let that past go and be honest and true that I've let it go. And if I find myself in a position where I'm not able to let it go, I need to be honest with the other person and let them know that I have an issue and possibly leave that relationship. Because if you want to continuously bring it up, that's showing you have no trust. And if you don't have no trust, the other person feels it. And it's going to be hard to grow and build with no trust in a relationship. So I agree with what y'all said. And as far as the White House, again, I'm so stoked. They always said they didn't want women having jobs like that because we got a menstrual cycle and we be all upset. We don't know if we coming or going. But all those women is old. They don't have no menstrual cycle no more. They're going to be making some good damn decisions, y'all. I'm ready, and I'm excited. I'm excited.
Wow.
You have a woman, she's going to listen, you got a woman and she's going to be in charge of our defense. Like, again, the heart of a woman. We're supposed to be the softer side of y'all men. So sometimes when y'all ready to just press the button, we try to sit there and talk to you about that you can calm down and see other ways of dealing with a situation. So now we have women in that position that hopefully will do just that. They will be able to be demanding, yet have some compassion in the way that they rule this. So I am super excited and stoked about it.
Information to press the button. I mean, sometimes buttons be pressed. Like, no, I understand.
Oh my gosh. See, that's that new generation. You're ready to press the button.
But you know what? You got a point. Let's do it.
Look, they ain't got time for none of that. Like, look, just press the button. Let's get over with. So how do you feel about that as far as mistakes? Let me ask our younger panel, I should say.
I feel like being truthful and honest with yourself before even getting into a relationship, however, definitely in being in a relationship, the both of you have to be totally determined in your self-growth and, build on that together. So, I mean, yeah, that's really the basis of it. That's the foundation of it. So if you could start there, then everything else will pretty much balance itself out. However, being truthful and agreement with your commitment to yourself, and then bringing that towards, a partnership. I feel like that's the safest way to go. So there would be no grudges being held. There won't be any, major miscommunications. It'll be something you can laugh about and joke about because it's not that big of a deal. And you guys actually have a solid foundation of connection and, growing with each other and understanding each other to, have something larger than yourselves. So
I like the way you think. If I wasn't a woman and old and your mother, I'd probably try to pick you up. I'd try to talk to you, young lady.
I like you,
You got your head
I
on
like
your shoulders. Oh, you got
I'm
your
trying to put my
head
head
on your
your
shoulders.
shoulder. Okay, I'm trying to tell you something.
Don, what's your opinion on that? But look, I see you was getting ready. You was like, what?
He got to drink the water.
Yeah.
He got
Once I said, unmute yourself so we can hear you. You muted. Yeah, we can't hear you. There you go.
Yeah. So what? I mean, you talk about just forgiveness in relationships, or like starting new somebody.
For what we were saying, let me
go ahead.
repeat it so I help you out. What we were saying was, far as people forgiving and not holding, like, say I cheated, my wife forgave me, we still together. Simply D brought up 10 months from down the road, you get mad at me. Don't bring up what we talked about and was supposed to be getting past 10 months ago. So that's what we're saying, as far as how do you feel about that?
It's a process. I mean, like everything else in life. That's really it. Honestly, it's a process.
So if your woman cheat on you, would you take her back? Would you accept that?
If somebody cheated on me?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if I really love that person, it was like, it depends on the situation. But I have been in that situation, and yeah, so it depends on the situation though. Now, if my girlfriend, like, if I just catch her, you know what I'm saying, just knocking off some, you know what I mean, that's a whole different story. Like, but
what's the difference?
No, if she come, what's the difference?
Yes.
No, that's what I'm saying. How the situation.
So basically, are you saying if you walk in there,
if I get eased into it, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, fuck that. I'm sorry. I messed up last night, and I can maybe get over that. But if it just smacked me like that.
That's a good point.
So is a difference in you walking in and the bed, okay. You walking in and there's 4 feet in the bed instead of 2.
Even with that though, like if you really love somebody, like you can get through anything. So
Simply D, you want to jump in on that one?
All right, I'm gonna say this: being on the ends of both parts. So I was dealing with somebody who, she cheated. Well, we were both cheating. So let's just get that out. We were both cheating. So we talked about it. We worked through it. We continued to deal with each other. I should have dropped her ass. But I continued to deal with it until I walked in the house one day and lo and behold, she's in the bed with somebody. Now, thank God that he was talking to me, because I was strapped and I could have shot both of them, but I didn't. So I just said, you know what? I'm done. That's it. When you walk in the crib and you got that visual, that's a wrap. Ain't no coming back for that. For me,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it depends.
Right. You don't get rid of that visual.
Yeah, that's
Nah, that's yeah. That's I.
Anyway, can we?
Ain't nothing
What's
happening.
next topic? Let's talk about something a little bit more positive.
Look,
That's just some bad juju right there.
hey,
All right, well, all right, this is what I'm thinking. How about if it is in a sense, an open relationship or a swinging relationship where you're aware that the person has been with someone else sexually already and you've been all right with that. And then they continue a relationship. So you've already seen the visual. You've already seen them together because you was a part of it. So is that all right?
I mean, y'all have that communication. So you see that y'all have. So yeah, y'all already have that communication established. Like that's. So what would be the problem? See, the whole thing is about communication. If you with somebody and you tell them, listen, this is what I want to do and this is what I want to do. Most people's just scared to really communicate because they're scared to be judged, I think, in my opinion. They're scared to be judged. They're scared to be like looked at. Whatever the case may be, they got some type of fear that keeps them from communicating to their partner. So when you don't communicate, it's like you get nowhere really. But communication in a relationship, there's like, okay, I know we got an open relationship. Like if we talking, I know you talking to other people, I'm talking to other people. What the heck can I get mad for? Like if
well,
something else, if it leads to something else, you know what I'm saying? Like,
first I want to say what's up to Terry Jackson that's watching us on Facebook. Hey Terry, she said hey to everybody. I think the whole issue is when you say communication is being surprised. That's where I think people can't deal with things. Like, you know, if you know what the situation is, then like you said, you can't say anything. But if you don't know what the situation is and you find out,
yeah,
then that's when it causes problems because you didn't know. So I think when people know how certain relationships is, then you can't expect nothing different. So why is it that when guys date women that have expensive tastes, what makes you think that it's going to change when you start dating them? When they be, you know, be, oh, she taking all my money, you know, she want this pocketbook and this and that, but that's the way she was.
Yeah, that just
So
sounds like a foolish man.
yeah, but a lot of people do that. They think that because you're in a relationship, they think that it changes things. If this female or this guy was out smashing left and right, and then you decide to get in a relationship with her and you find out that she's still out there smashing left and right, how can you be surprised? Like, you know, you can hope for the best, but when it happened, how can you be like, seriously? If that's what she do and she's saying she ain't changing, you set yourself up for that one. Right or
I
wrong.
think that's what some people think. They think that they're going to get in a relationship and they're going to change that person. Something magical is going to happen, something mystical is going to happen, and all eyes are going to be on you and no one else. And a lot of times that does happen. It's just that we can't project what somebody else's feelings are going to be. You know, they're going to do what naturally comes to them. Sometimes I think we can try to force people into a way of living, and then after a while they get tired of that, and then the real them come out. However, you know,
People have to want to change. You can't change people.
I agree.
And that's the part
I
that people have
agree.
to realize. Like, you know, I don't know why people think that because you want to change that person to be something you want, that is going to flow that way. You taking chances. That's a 50-50 gamble right there.
Well, you know, a lot of times you have people that'll say that they're willing to change. You have people say that they're not willing to do it, but they'll say that because it sounds good or they feel like it's going to get them something that they want. So they like, oh, babe, that's what you want me to do? I'll change that. I love you. That's not a big deal. That's not a problem.
Look at
And
Simply
yet it is
D.
a problem. They really don't want to do it.
Right. What's up, Simply D?
They're liars.
Exactly.
mm-hmm.
But a lot of times you love it hard so much that you don't even see the lie. You want to see the truth. And that truth is only your opinion. It's not necessarily a fact. It's just
Know
what
what I
you
say?
want it to be.
Say good morning. wake the hell up. Pay attention to the signs because they are there.
Mm.
They don't see the signs, not till after it's over.
So
Yeah.
so Dom, you said something positive. What you got positive? Throw it on
Oh, I
the
have
table.
positive.
Yeah, the table's
Let's
open.
see.
Throw the cards on the table.
Huh?
Throw the cards on
Cards.
the table. Like, yeah, like
Oh,
what
throw the cards.
cards is top. Look.
Oh shoot, I wasn't ready.
How do you feel that relationships, as far as dealing with this whole COVID, everybody's been locked in the house and got to really know their spouse if you live with them, or if you didn't live with them. Look, I think you learned a lot when it comes to this whole quarantine situation. So how do you feel about that
Well, how COVID affected like a
relationship?
relationship?
Yep. You
How
think it
COVID
helped it or
affected?
hurt it? Look.
Uh, I mean, I don't know. I I don't know. I guess for some people it would help. Some people it would hurt. Some people like being laid up under, like
I'm,
with,
I'm gonna tell you a secret real
and
quick.
others like to be, leave me alone.
Look,
So,
I'm gonna help you out because I think I on the radio, right? We have to let our mates and our people know that we're gonna say some stuff that they might not like. You know, you gotta say from 10 to 12, I'm gonna speak some stuff that you cannot hold me accountable for. And that way you can feel comfortable saying what you want to say.
oh, dang.
Like, look, shit, I'm trying to eat after this. I don't know. I ain't trying. Look, I'm trying to get something after this. I ain't trying to make it back.
Nah.
Look, yeah, she's lovely. She's wonderful. All right, babe.
Yeah.
All right, so that brings me to a question. Is there a way of being too honest? Is there a way of being too honest in a relationship? Can being too honest cause an issue? You say communication is good. Can you be too honest?
I got
No,
people saying, yeah, yup.
no.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Yes.
On
Yes,
Facebook, a lot of people
I'll
say,
say
yup.
yes.
All
Yes.
right, King. So why do you say yes, young lady?
I say yes because everything doesn't need to be let known, and everything doesn't need to be let known at one time. And like Dom said, it's a process. It's a process. And like even when you get married, you don't need to know everything in your marriage about your other, like about your spouse. It's like certain things, like you ever seen the movies and like it's like I didn't know this until that day or until that moment in time, and it took me forever to know. And I never knew this. Like certain stuff people don't even know about you. It's just about the way you carry yourself, you know. So no, everything doesn't. There is definitely a lot of honesty that happens, and sometimes it is too much, and you let people
So,
know a little bit too much about you. It's just about the way you carry yourself.
so let me ask the question from that. So if you're not honest about certain things and it come out after the fact, how do you deal with it? Like, because of course, what happens is, and I'm speaking from a man's point of view. If I smash 130, 35 women and I don't tell my wife, and then we out somewhere and we talk, and they like, yeah, Mark used to smash all the chicks back in the day, and she looked and got an attitude about it. How do you deal with that? Because you wasn't honest that you used to be a dog before you got into that marriage.
Well, that's a different thing. Communication, like we've been talking about, is everything. So if we walking down the street and you see somebody that you smash, it's totally. I'm the type of person that's like, I would be open to being let know. I'm like, oh, I hit that. Like, oh, all right, that's cool. Like, oh, all right, say that then. Like, if it's in the past, that's what that is. I don't have a problem with a person's past. That wouldn't be a thing.
So
However, I'm
is
talking
that
about for a woman though.
right?
For a
Right.
woman and a man, things are different.
Right.
I'll
So let
say
me
that.
ask you, is it good for if we walking down the street and say we at a cookout or something and it's like
Mhm.
two or three exes there, is it
Mhm.
smart for a man to tell a woman, I used to date them just to let you know? Or he be like fall back like, damn, I ain't, let me just stay away from, you know how boys try, let me just stay away from them. I don't want them ducking, bobbing and weaving and working, to stay away from that situation.
That's the thing. That's the thing. You have certain women out here. I mean, you have to know your spouse. You have to know. You have to know. Like, there's some women, like you have your ratchets. A ratchet girl, they gonna be trying to fight her.
oh, you used to mess with my man, because they're probably stigmatized or something like that, or only worrying about certain things, you know, when it's a whole aspect and bigger picture that you have to look at when you have a partner. And so yeah. And some women, it's just going to be like, oh, okay, that's so thanks, like, not thanks for letting me know. However, it's a communication thing. It's just like, oh, okay, like, why not say that? If it's not that big of a deal, then what's the, okay,
So
cool.
some women will respect the man for doing that because of simple fact
Mm-hmm.
it's a communication thing. Like, man, he told me that's what's up. He ain't try to be sneaky or try to bob and weave and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What you say, Dom?
Oh, I was
Yo, I'm gonna tell you.
the whole
I'm gonna tell you real quick so you'll know. One of our
yeah.
viewers said he have handcuffs on his feet.
What?
Said
Oh my God.
he's acting scared to say his opinion. And look, and I ain't making this up. It's on Facebook.
Listen, so the whole thing, the whole conversation, all that sparked from honesty, and like the question was, can you be too honest? And no, you cannot be too honest. Being saying yes is weird to me. I'm sorry, y'all, but there's like if that's your partner. You know what I mean? That's supposed to be your best friend. Yeah, everything. Like there's no way that y'all should have any secrets. Like especially now. I mean, if that's just somebody y'all dating, then that's cool. But if like y'all trying to get married, like really go the whole nine, then no, you can't be too honest. Now, if you want a lot, like because lies come back, and I believe in karma. So you lying to somebody, they gonna lie to you. I mean, you keeping the truth from somebody, they gonna keep the truth from you.
That's funny, Jay, that you brought this up because I was watching Shy in the last episode. They had a situation like this. I ain't gonna tell it because I don't want nobody to like, hey, he told the story. But they had a situation like this where the guy slept with the female and he was getting married. He never told. I don't know what happened yet because I gotta catch next season. But it's like the mom, no, because the mom was like, yo, you need to tell her before you get married. And that's where it was left. So when you brought this up, it reminded me of that, which I just watched today, and I was like, damn, that just happened on the show I just watched. So
Yeah.
that's very interesting. So he got married, and now that is something that's going to bother him because I don't know if women
Mm-hmm.
don't realize though that stuff do bother us too when it
Facts.
comes to us not saying, see, I'm gonna help you out now. Stuff do bother
Like,
us as men too, when it comes to us holding things in and not communicating. And I guess it depends on, my opinion is, it depends on the status of the relationship. Like Dom said, if it's a girl that we just dated 4 or 5 months, no, she don't need to know 90% of the things because I don't know you like that. You just don't go around
right.
telling everybody your business until you see that it's moving up levels. Then it's like, dang, you know what? I don't want nothing to interfere with this relationship. So let me have a sit down and let's slowly start
Right.
talking about certain things because I do agree that they don't need to know every single thing. Because again, like I said earlier, we're not something, everybody's done something that they're not proud of. So I don't think that we're gonna sit around like, yeah, you might catch me in like 30 pornos that I did, but this was before your time, babe. I just want you to know, just in case, you slip up and watch something and you see your man banging with a mask on, you might see that mole. Yeah, that's me, but something like that, but I guess it depends on the situation, the relationship, and where you see that relationship going. What you
Yeah.
think, Jay?
I'm just taking it all in. I see both sides of it. I feel as though definitely you should communicate. I feel as though omission is a lie. I feel as though if you
Right.
say you going to the
Agreed.
store and you go to the store and you go to a girlfriend's house, and then when you get back, I say, you went to the store, and you're like, yeah, I went to the store. Yes, you did go to the store, but you went to girlfriend's house too. And you feel like, well, I ain't lying because I did go to the store, but nigga, you ain't mentioned you went to old girl house. So you omitted, so you knew that was gonna be something that bothered me. So I feel as though when you withhold information that you
Yeah.
know can be detrimental, then that's an issue. I feel as though no, you don't need to tell everybody every damn thing. I was one of those ones initially out of my divorce. I did when I met somebody, I gave them the whole damn story about every damn thing, all the do's and the don'ts. And I think it does a couple of things. Sometimes it can push people away because it's too damn much. It's like, damn, it's too much to take in, and they don't know you yet as a person. I think at the same time, it makes you extremely vulnerable because now you have people that know some of your weaknesses and some of your strengths, and they don't necessarily know you. So sometimes they try to manipulate certain situations because you done gave them, what they needed to do that. Like, again, as what Dom said, everything happens with time. With him being a young man saying that, I really respect that because everything is with time. However, I think that you should be honest and upfront. I do not feel as though there is too much honesty. And I'm working on a comedy bit about that because I know some people feel like there is. But I just feel like if there's anything that that can be of detriment to your relationship, that that's something that you need to speak on. It's something you need to say. And then depending upon the way in which you say it, will be the way that the person should receive it. And if y'all do have love, they should know that it's coming from love. I'm not saying it's trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to embarrass you. I'm trying to forewarn you so you're prepared. And that's why I'm sharing it. So those are some of my thoughts on that subject.
See, I done said yes, and I feel like y'all talking about stuff that's trying to hurt people's heart. I'm not this is not what I'm talking about. I wasn't talking about that, guys. I was just saying like the little stuff. You don't gotta know everything about me. It's certain stuff we go through every day we don't tell people about. I'm just honestly like keep it to yourself a little bit. Maybe some other day when it's a rainy day and we kind of depressed that day, we could talk about it. Like, what the hell?
No, I got what you're saying.
God.
Yeah, that's one of, like I said, that's one of them on the fence things. As far as everything ain't for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's in relationships too. It's all right to be honest about, like you said, certain things that got to do with the relationship and stuff, but I don't think that everything should be put out there because I'm sure that they won't tell you everything.
At the same time, doesn't that matter on the kind of relationship it is? Is it just something sexual or is something we're trying to build off of? Because if it's just a hit and miss, I mean, hell no, you don't need to know everything. You just need to know I'm clean. If you did hit it left and right 130 people before me, I don't necessarily need to know that. As long as when we went to the doctors, your thing is clear for HIV and COVID now, we pretty cool. That's all. I don't need to know all that. As long as I know at the time you and I got together, you was clean and disease free, and we can move on from there. That's good. I don't need to know about everyone. Now, if we are at the barbecue and you have smashed, as your words was, 3 of them joints, yeah, you need to let me know that because I know that this chick is looking at you, and I don't know why she's looking at you. So I don't know if she's trying to come at you. I don't know if she's thinking about what used to be. I don't know nothing. And if you care about me, don't have me in a position where I don't know anything. Try to prepare me the best you can. And hopefully you got a good woman that's able to understand and respect it.
Right.
Y'all basically saying that, oh, I will keep this from my partner, I will keep this from my partner, and that ain't a good look, like, at the end of the day, because, like, all right.
Give an example.
It's all about the trust and communication, right? So if like your going with your example at the barbecue, and you're saying, oh, if your man smashed 3 girls there, he better tell you, like for stuff like that, and going off of being too honest, right? So if he said, yeah, I was like, I wouldn't just say, yeah, I smashed this girl,
Oh
that
no,
girl.
hell no, you
You
better
know what I'm
not say
saying?
that.
And
But I
then
don't think it
and
would
like
start
you
that way.
making it seem like
No,
like
not like
somebody
that.
would just, but no, now being too honest is no. Now if you asking and I lie, you know what I'm saying, that's a whole different story.
But I'm
If we
saying, I
never
think before
talked
you go
about
to
it,
the barbecue, while you're all in the car and you're getting yourself together, you say, babe, I may run into a few people that I've had a previous relationship with.
That's the way you say
Something
it.
like that. Because I don't even think the woman going to just look at you. Who you
oh
smashing
no,
here?
that's a
Was you
whole
with her?
different. See, that's
I
a whole
don't
different
think
story though. That's
that's
a
the
whole different
woman.
story.
When I say it that way, it's not said that. I wouldn't dare go say, yo, babe, yeah, I smashed her.
Yeah,
And
I
you
think
sit back and
that's
cross your arms every
But
time you say it, Mark.
if
You sit back and
if
cross
your
your arms
partner
every time
asks,
you
no,
say
but
that.
if your partner asks, like, all right, who in this barbecue you smash? Would you point everybody out? Would that be being too
Sometimes you got
honest?
to. You got to. She may want
No,
to
that
smash
Like,
it
wouldn't
would
with
be,
you?
you. Ain't no
no.
telling.
No.
again.
Because
I think
just how the presentation changed your mind, even if he was to say it the same way and then point out who it was, then that would be like a thing too. Because it's just like, it's just letting you know. And then sometimes certain stuff be going on, and especially if a woman is, you know, in tune with the energy that she's around, you feel me? Certain women feel, women in competition, baby, that stuff goes hand in hand. And a woman would think she's in competition with you, and you're not even, you're so past, like, you're your own competition as a whole woman. And you know, she's trying to do this and do that, and you're trying to, like, why is she, and like, oh, because she has some of you and I'm with you. Like, no, we want to miscommunicate. Like, we don't want no miscommunications. We want to totally cancel it out the way. So if honesty is honesty, and that's too honest for you, then that's not a relationship. That's not communication.
What you mean that's not a relationship? It's not communication. That's being too honest. You confused me at the end. My fault. You found what I
break
was
down,
saying.
break.
No,
I got it. But break
if
down.
not, if not, you know, letting her know that, you know, comfortably, because if you a man and you did this, whether it's presently or in the past, you got to stand on, like, that's what you did. If you did what you did, then that's what you did. However, energy is everything as well, you know, and y'all exchange of energy, if y'all had sex, has something to do with the energy of, you know, who she sees with you and stuff like that. So if y'all, if we at the barbecue and, you know, she might be, it, I'm just saying, like, sometimes competition gets in the way, and, you know, it'll be
I
like
like both of
that.
y'all
Like, what is
keep
this
using this
energy here?
barbecue
Like,
analogy.
what is
This is
going
funny.
on? Stuff be like, what's going on? And it'd be like, oh, okay, well, that's why, you know, because sometimes things happen, and it's just like, well, you be thinking about it, think about it, and it could have been solved or talked about or something like that. But people think things are so small, and, you know, well, just blow over and pass over it. Like, no. Women, we take heed to certain things just like you guys do, you know, and that's what I was
Absolutely.
saying.
I totally
Well,
agree.
I seen
I
on Facebook
understand.
yesterday, on Facebook, somebody posted, why is it that women really get upset with other women that date men that they used to date? And then the question was posed, is it because that man is now doing better in life with this woman and he wasn't doing well with the past woman? And sometimes the person that you with can really make you a better person. And the previous people that you were with will get an attitude because that may have been something that they've seen, how we say people have potential. So they may have seen it in you, but they wasn't able to bring it out of you. And maybe with
or
the person that you're with now, they're able to bring those qualities out. Go ahead.
or they didn't want to bring it out of you because they were jealous.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's sadder.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
been
That's
there.
even sadder.
Oh,
That happens.
That's interesting.
That happens. That definitely
That's
happens.
sad. I wouldn't even thought about that like that.
oh,
Not intentionally. Why? How would you not want your mate to do well? Like intentionally? That's
You
crazy.
would think.
because
Power
because
struggles.
because they
You would
see you
think.
doing too well, then they think that you may see that they're not on the same level as you, and eventually you may leave them. Not that you have that intention, but because they have a weak mind, that's what they're thinking.
So why that person can't raise up to that level where you are? Like, whoa.
Because they don't have that potential. They they
So,
they
so that's
they,
the wrong
they don't,
person from the beginning, then, right? Then from
exactly,
the beginning, that's the
exactly,
wrong person.
exactly. Don't get me
Hmm.
started.
Get started, baby.
Hmm. So from that to jump on something else, as far as dating, I guess that's where in relationships taking time to get to know the other person comes in. You know, because if you date if you dating somebody, you're gonna see, you know, their whole objective of the relationship. You know, I mean, if you dating somebody and you making moves and they always hating and not promoting and not supporting, and I know a lot of females that I've talked to that have those type of individuals that they don't want a strong female. And some females say it. They say, you know, that some men are scared of strong females. So I think far as the dating part, that's why dating somebody, getting to know the person, not just getting to know them sexually, getting to know them as a person, going out, going to museums, going to learn different things together, doing things together that you haven't done. That way you do it together so you can basically, get to know certain new things together to see how you respond. I think that that's very important when it comes to relationships. And like Simply D said, some people don't want, you know, that male or that female to level up because they feel like they're going to leave them. I don't understand that either because when you're in a relationship, to me, I always want that person to do better in whatever they're trying to do.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I mean, I think that's a very important part of a relationship. As far as like Dom said, your friend, that's supposed to be your friend. You should be able to communicate with that person. Should be able to talk to that person when you have problems. And men get weak, and I think I ain't gonna talk about it. 'Cause I think you gonna touch on it too, Jay. But men
Right.
get weak, and we need that woman to back us up, just like a woman
That's
needs a
it.
strong man.
That's it.
And if it's missing those parts, then what happens is that causes problems in relationships from the grip. Like,
Yeah.
and people think that it's always about banging her back out and I'm sexually pleasing her, but it's more than that because everybody says women are emotional creatures. Okay, so what about the other part of things that she's emotional about? You know, can you handle that? Can you support that? So that's why getting to know somebody before you get in a relationship is very important, and that way you don't waste your time. Because men don't. I don't think that men know faster than women, far as if they're gonna
Hold
go
on,
further
Don.
with this
Hold on,
relationship.
Don.
She got the big.
You
Uh,
want to stop playing. I got
Look,
something
he's
to say
stupid.
too. You want to stop playing now.
I'm gonna go get the other
Look, he
jug.
pull all the bottles out. Look. But I think that's very important to be able to have somebody in a relationship that you can talk to and communicate with. You
I
If
know?
we
tell you,
can't,
sex
Sounds
is like
good,
the ice
don't it?
cream on the cake to me. Sex is the
Anybody
ice
talk to
cream
themselves?
on the cake. Huh?
No, I was asking if anybody talk to themselves too. Just
Hell yeah, I think we
I
all
talk
do.
to myself
okay,
sometimes.
cool. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
knew you too.
I hear you. I don't see you. I hear you. That's one of my other ones.
I know I
But I
got my
feel it.
picture up because I'm still hoovering the baby. He just
Oh,
literally fell
Right.
asleep. I apologize for my late
Oh no, you good.
it's all
introduction.
good.
I'm Yogi Nay on Instagram, but I got my real government on this joint. I didn't even realize it was on there like that. So I'm gonna have to change that shit. I've been using Zoom. I've been using Zoom for like meetings and working from home. So it's on a professional tip. But what were we talking about? I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna just say that I feel like the sex to me is the icing on the cake. Like I know that sexually I am good. Question hands down, I'm good. So whoever I'm with, majority of the time they confident that it's going to be good. So sex is going to be good. That's without question. However, it is about the mental stimulation. It is about the going out. It is about, being compassionate towards one another. It's about the little texts and the winks here and there. It's all of that. It's about, trying to enjoy the things that I enjoy and me enjoying the things that you enjoy. And then that levels us up to wanting to have sex. Everything else seems like it's vibing so good and everything else is so great. Now I want to be with you versus me having sex and either it's good or bad. And that's all that I think of as far as, well, you just sex. As what the girls say, a fuck boy, you just a fuck boy. It's nothing else. And you can have so much more to offer. Or I could be just looking at you now because I got it on the first night. Or you just a hoe. And you could really have so much more to offer. But we never got to that point. And because we didn't have sex so quickly, I don't even think of you for anything else. I just think that that's what you're doing. If you did it with me, you probably did it with whoever else. So it won't even go no further than that. So I think sex should come a little bit later. Let's build up this relationship, have some fun, and then we can have some good sex.
Anybody got
Everybody
anything?
thinking
Mom, I'm
about that.
fucking
Okay.
Look,
with
look, look,
it.
right?
That's a good job.
I'm fucking
That's
with
real. That's deep.
it.
Look, Simply D, you got anything on that? Look,
well, I'm gonna say like this. I'm at the point now. If you can't uplift me and you can't help me achieve the goals that I'm trying to achieve for myself, then If it's just a sex thing, it's just a sex thing. So I'm looking for I'm looking for my Michelle. I'm looking for my whoever Jackie Robinson's wife was to him. Whoever Gandhi's wife was, her name was to him. That's what I'm looking for. I need that type of person in my life to help elevate me to the next level so that we can all win.
And I
Now,
think that
how many men recognize and appreciate when they have a woman like that? Because I know that there's a number of women that are like that. However, they get dogged out so quickly because a man don't appreciate and respect the kind of woman he has, that kind of nurturing never gets to happen. Not saying you Simply B, but I'm saying men out there in general.
Right.
Another question got him stumped. I don't know how I do it.
Right? Everybody just like, So I think sometimes what happens is it comes to, and I think Simply D said something about this the other day. Just do you, far as be the woman that you want to be, and that man basically, because men aren't going to let a good woman go. You know, I mean, if they do, but see, no, this is probably after mistakes. When I say that, I'm saying far as when a man is at the level he wants to settle down and really want and really know what he wants. Let me fix that. He's not going to let a good woman go.
Good point. Good point.
Because what happens is this: a lot of women, and not taking nothing from your hustle or whatever you do on Instagram or Snapchat, a lot of females think that these likes and shaking your booty and wearing tights and stuff, and they getting 100,000 likes. Yeah, men still gonna look and like and show they bull and talk about it, but it's a different level. It ain't like we're gonna take you home like, yeah, this is my woman. I'm gonna marry her, and we're gonna tell our fellas, yo, we marrying her. Because as soon as I say, damn, I'm gonna marry this girl, this and that, we dating. I'm about to. Like, ain't that the joint that we was liking, like on the joint that had the booty shorts on, that did the strip joint that. I mean, that messes with a man ego. Like, damn, I'm great. I'm dating this chick that everybody has seen her body and everything.
Yeah.
So this is where I think some females got it twisted from what we like, what we share, what we talk about, and what we marry, and what we don't mind giving our all to, and not gonna let go no matter what you shake or what you wear. This is a good woman. So when a man gets to a certain stage at life, trust me, and he see that he got somebody good that got his back. I mean, the sex is a point, but when you got somebody that you sick and they saying, oh, baby, I'm going to take care of you. Here goes some soup. You need me to get something from the store. All those little things that people think it is, that means a whole lot. Now, you get men that some men don't know how to say, damn, I really appreciate you, this and that, and they don't show that. How do you say that, being thankful for those things, which some men have to learn, because women appreciate you appreciating what they do, and some men just don't know how to show it. So when I say that a man, and I'm talking about a man, Jay, not the boys, not the players, not the dogs, I'm talking about a man that understands woman and man, trust me, is not going to let a good woman go, no matter what. Yes. So, I mean, something, Dave, what you think?
You're absolutely correct, because, and I'll tell you why. We know when we got a good woman. If I say to you, which has happened, I got some true stories here. If I say to you, damn, I'm at work, you know what, I didn't get to eat today, and you're like, yo, what you want? And next thing I know, you done popped up and you bought me something to eat. Not that I expected you to, you just did it because I'm your man and you gonna make sure you look out. Vice versa, if I do the same to you, that's a keeper. You know what I mean? I got to keep that, because that's somebody I know who has my back. You know what I mean? Who's going to look out. So I'm not letting that go.
All right, I'm gonna just say this, Mark. Do you recognize every time we have a show, it simply gives an analogy? It's always about a woman bringing him some lunch. Do you recognize that every show?
He like this.
Every show. If y'all review, go back on all our shows, you're gonna hear Simply T talking about, look, She brought me lunch. I said she a keeper. Just bring her lunch and you wait. I'm telling you.
Look, Simply D, what you eating tonight? He gonna say, I don't know, I'm working on it. That's why I keep talking about.
I'm working on it.
Look. He's like, look, he said, I don't have no lunch tonight at work. Look. Somebody, Roy said right and start laughing about the whole when we get a good woman, we hold on to them. Absolutely.
Yeah, but at the same time.
So what age does that happen, Mark? You said when you're older and you mature. You said we're not talking about boys or males, we're talking about men. So at what age generally are we speaking of? You think this happens?
I would say late 20s, early 30s. But
I thought I was going to turn around.
Wait a minute. Wow, you disagree with that? What you ready to hit up? Want me to go up to 40?
No, see now.
Because, dude.
No, see
Well,
now.
well, wait a minute. See, now I'm about to put my business out there. Hold up. Let's get that. I wasn't shit in the early parts of my life when it come to early 20s and teens, right?
Right.
And then what happened was it got boring to me in the early, in the 20s. So I got married at 30. And after I got married, I still had this much still stupidness in me. But then when it was like, I ain't playing that, I was like, Martin, baby, Gina, please. On that shit, like, you know what I mean? So, and then I got to the point that, damn, this is good. This is nice. What am I looking for? And then you start doing the list. You like, all right, I want this. Damn, they cover that. I want this. Damn, they cover that. I want this. Damn, I cover. So what am I shopping for? And that's the part I think that, you get your whole, do the teens, you do your thing. You with the fellas, this and that. Then 20s, now you got freedom because you're a young adult. You can go to the bar. You can do this and that. Now you got your job. You got some money saved up in mid 20s. Pushing to 30, and then after a while, you're like, all right, what am I doing? Dom, talk to me. I see you making face. You disagree?
No, I agree with you. I
mean, it gets to the point, but again, it's the woman and the man. It's communication. It's everything that we talked about before we talked about this. It's the communication. It's being honest. All that stuff builds that relationship to be strong. Because if we go places, and not to cook out, but if you go anywhere and you communicating with your lady about anything that happened in the past, one, that gives her security. Ladies, if I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong. Like,
nope, you're right.
That gives the woman security that, okay, you ain't playing those games. You're not sitting there like, oh man, let me slip her my number. You're not doing that. You're like, yo, you being straight up with the person. So that basically builds security, just like vice versa. If a female communicate with a guy, we do stuff. Well, I can cuss. We do shit like, oh, used to date him. Now we start being extra with the shit, like arm around the, Now we get extra sweet. Even though we are sweet and being gentlemen, we get extra now because we see we are a competition type of, men. We compete.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we do have a woman and she wife and she at home, once we know another man that basically had any type of attention from our woman, now we step our game up even more. You might have the plate. Now we're going to get you dessert.
Now, not to cut you off, but to ask you a question, why is that? Why does that have to happen for a man to step up to the plate? Why do you have to see the competition or feel as though there's competition? Why don't you just do that because it should be done? Apparently you feel like it should be done because you're stepping up. If you was doing all you could do, you wouldn't have nothing to step up to. So you know you're slacking, so why do you have to be somebody else?
Well, the worst thing that a man can have is his woman have an interest or dating another dude or any type of thing that's not him. Straight up. That's just what it is.
I agree.
We like I said, we are competitors. And if we feel as though anybody is doing more than what we do, then that's where we step our game up. And if and not to sound like Steve Harvey up on this one, giving our scoops, but it's like this. It's if we basically, if a man, a man slept with your woman, you know, you gonna even try to do extra shit. You start to swing from the chandeliers and going in there with roses and putting petals and stuff. You know, that's just us because we never want
But why
another
aren't you
man.
doing that from the beginning? Was my question.
Oh, I don't know because I do the shit anyway.
You don't know.
Why the hell aren't you already doing
Look,
that?
I've been doing it, so I'm not.
Why you
And
gotta know it's another eighth in the game? That's crazy.
no, because you know why? How I look at
Yeah.
things, and this is just me. If I'm doing everything that I need to do, I ain't got to worry about her going nowhere. And then number one, you're gonna feel comfortable with yourself because you know you do those things. So
There
if
you
she
go.
decide to leave or decide to do whatever she want to do, cheat or whatever, it's like I'll be hurt, but I know I'm a good man, so I feel good about, you know, I'm doing right. So I don't have to
Come
worry
on
about that.
now.
Just like the females feel. Like if a female do everything and the boy go cheat, y'all gonna be like, well, I know I'm a good woman, you know. So that's the same way that men are starting to feel. That we feel as though when we do right and we communicate and be honest, like Dom say, and a female want to go do that dumb stuff, we feel good that we can say, yo, it's your fault that I'm leaving because we done took the point, we done took the finger so much in being dogs and doing dumb stuff in relationships. I think that the table is turning now that men are stepping their game up so that way they're not the cause of relationships not working. You understand what I mean? That's how I look at things. This is my personal opinion. So that's why when I'm going, like, if he funny, that's why if we go into the car and her car door is on my side, I'll be like, yo, don't touch that door. Don't do that. Don't make me. That's how I say it. I open the door for you. You don't open.
What you mean if it's on your side? It doesn't matter
If we
what side.
walking
Get your
outside,
ass
no,
across
but
the street.
if she beat me to the door and I'm on that, say we coming out the house this way. If I'm coming out the house
Okay.
this way and she basically got to the car before I can get to it and she opened the door, I can't get mad.
She
You
would see
understand
if
what I
she.
mean?
I don't want to say it should be in her. However, it's in me that I'm going to stand at the door and I will wait for you to
Right.
open that door. I'll
What
be
if we
honest.
be
I'll
salty
be honest.
sometimes though, mom? It do
I
happen.
wouldn't have,
Like
I'll be honest. I wouldn't even beat you to the car. You know why? Because my man is already warming up the car. So I'm coming out to the car being right. And I mean, again, that's the way
mm-hmm.
I am. All women aren't
Mm-hmm.
like that and all men won't accept that. So I would only deal with a man that can accept that. Whether they think that that's good or bad, that's what I accept. I won't do nothing less.
So let me
I
ask you,
go
if
into a store, I'll wait for a man. I'll wait. I'll see a man in his car about to get out the car. I'll stand at the door and wait for his ass to come. And I say, thank you, sir, and start smiling. He's like, no problem. Because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you got to bring a man to where he's at because you do have so many women that's just taking, I don't know, going so damn fast, not allowing the man to be a man. Just
Mm-hmm.
because they don't have to all the time. So sometimes you got to fall the hell back and walk them slowly into it.
okay, so that goes for both ways though, right? So for the men that want stuff,
Yeah, I'm gonna reach over and I'm gonna open your door
no,
too,
no, no,
Bronx
no, no, no,
Tail.
no. I don't know. I don't expect you to do that. I'm saying far as different things, far as what a man want. How does that work? Far as that, because you get some women that a man can be doing everything right,
Mhm.
and because we have this thing with society that everything is always the man supposed to do this, the man's supposed to do that, the man's supposed to do this. They forget about what the men want.
Got it.
You
I'm
understand?
going to touch all of that when I get into some of my segments. So I mean, I got you.
Okay,
Trust me, I
because
got
because again, it's a two-way street.
you. Let's walk it together hand in hand, baby. I got
Exactly.
These
So
these females today don't know that though. They don't care. They all take, gimme.
you.
You know.
What they want from you, Dom? What they want you to give them, Dom? What they want?
They want time and energy and money. That's it. And some good.
All right. So do they want it
That's
in that order that
it.
you
That's
gave?
it.
You said time.
Time, energy, money, and some
So
good
if you're with
sex.
somebody, shouldn't they want some of your time? If they don't have time for you or they're not asking to be with you, wouldn't that be a problem? Because now you're opening the door for
The,
somebody
the
else to be
problem,
there.
the problem be that that time that y'all just together, not doing shit for real. Y'all could be being productive, like something like if now. All right, if y'all being productive within that time, okay,
Okay.
right. But if y'all just chilling, hanging out, going to the movies, going out to eat, doing it, that's not. No.
It could be
He said,
productive,
"No."
Dom. Depending upon
Like I get it
day,
now
that
and
could be
then.
productive. That could be your downtime. That could be your relaxing time because you are
Yeah,
one to go
so
so much.
I get
So
the
it could be
relaxing
good
now and
time.
then. It's just, you know, some people like to relax a lot.
They lazy then. Hey, that's what that is. They lazy. What the hell?
I think what you got simply did. Look,
I'm like I'm like this. Anybody that I'm with, any female that I'm with, your hand should not be on the doorknob at all. Because I'm opening the door. If wherever we're walking into, I'm opening the door. I'm opening up the car door, and I'm going to have an attitude if you choose to open up that door. I don't care if even if you just a sexual partner, you still should not have your hand on that door because that's my job.
That's
Stay in your
it.
lane, do
I
what you're
agree with
supposed to
that.
do, and I'm gonna stay in my lane, and I'm gonna make
Come on
sure
now.
you're well taken care of, even if you're just a sex partner.
I
You know what I
agree with
mean?
that. I do that for anybody, any female that's getting in my car, because I don't want them slamming my damn door anyway.
Bullshit,
Yeah.
Mark. You
Like,
gotta be on that side for you to open the door. You
no,
already
if
said
you beat
you
me,
on
if
that
you, you know,
side.
if you beat me to the car and you open the door, I'm not gonna say, "Yo, what the hell you doing?" If it's cold
I
outside, and I
will.
might be locking the door. Now, Jay, for you, if I ever open the door and it's wintertime, 0 below, I'm gonna make sure I take my damn time locking my door. Like, since you want to run to
Right,
that
you just
fucking
gonna be
door,
standing there.
yeah, stand there, motherfucker. Now, I'm glad you told me that.
You see,
If you say, you
Look,
see, that's the
too
point of what I'm
honest, I
saying.
know.
See my
you
point?
said,
We will go out of our way to be a behind. See my point? Why would you go out your way?
she
If you
said
know
too
that, why wouldn't
honest.
you just be here to get the door? See? Y'all men
Shut.
get on our nerves. That's
No,
the
I wouldn't do that.
bullshit right there. That's the bullshit.
No, I wouldn't do that. Most of the time, I'm
I
outside
know.
anyway, warming the car up for my mom and them. I don't, or as a remote start. That's the way you really do it. You hit your remote start real
Alright.
early.
Like,
'Cause,
I think that's part of the training for young boys. You know, depending upon if their mom raised them or something like that, or older sister, they supposed to warm up the car. They supposed to take the trash out. So when you become a man, you know to take the damn trash out. Like, that shouldn't be. You should, when you start dealing with a woman, baby, when's your trash day? Let's get this. Like, that's one of the questions you're supposed to ask. Where your kids at? When your trash day? Like, those are
Security.
questions you're supposed to know. Shit.
Like
But
you
a
got a
man,
place.
would be like, oh, but you've been taking your trash out before I came. Well, I was just cooking for myself before you came.
wait a minute.
Like,
Did somebody really say that?
no, I just threw that
Oh,
in
I
there.
was great to say.
No, I
That's
just, you know
cold.
me, I just went with it.
Oh, I think that's cold blooded. Like, yo, you been taking your trash out before I came. Look, no, but yeah, it's certain things that I think that a man should do. Just like I feel as though certain things a woman should do. And certain things that both parties should do. But the trash thing, I totally agree. That there's certain things that just, I think when you get to a certain point in life, you just don't feel like, I wouldn't even feel comfortable if I was like, yo, like, what you doing this and that. Like, sometimes I'll be sleeping, I hear the trash cans pull because my mom come in and she'll pull the trash to the curb, and I'll be like, oh, I was ready to do that, but again, my mom would say, oh, you were asleep, and I knew you were asleep, and the trash
Exactly.
people come. So now what I do, being the person I am, I try to take it out the night before, so that way it's already there. And
No,
that's
see,
what
those
I
are some
think that,
excellent points.
yeah, we just got to start doing things different when we, dealing with people,
Now, her being considerate, her being an older woman and being considerate, she respects that you're asleep and she don't want to disturb you. So instead of waking you up and going through all the hustle and bustle, she just does it. And because you respect that, she respects that, you don't want to put her through it, you take the trash out even earlier. Again, that's part of relationship building. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
that's the way it should just be in a relationship with a man and a woman. Damn.
I agree.
I love you. I care about you. This is going to make you happy. Let me go ahead and do this. Now, if it's a problem and I don't want to do it, then maybe I don't need to be with you. If I don't need to be with you and that's a problem for you and we keep going through it and that's on both ends, I feel as though that's what we're supposed to do, work with each other.
And
You
I
was
think,
raised right, see?
yeah, and that basically what that does is it keeps the aggravation down. It keeps the arguments down.
Yep.
It keeps I told, and I'm not going to say names, but I told one person, he said that, oh, his wife always arguing this and that, this and that. I said, well, one, she's probably mad at you and going through it because you're always out all night. So if you're out all night, stop being out all night, come in early, communicate, spend some time with her, and that'll stop the arguing down. So how can you complain if you're making a situation be
Come on now.
what it is?
Exactly.
I mean, it's real simple, you know? And it's like, Don, for example, I'll use what you said as far as the time. Okay, so say the person always want time, they want to do things. So now what you do is you set some time every week, certain days aside for y'all to spend that time. And then they have to respect that because one, you're thinking of that person in a relationship, but at the same time, you got things to do. So just like we scheduled to be on this call, just like we scheduled to watch football or whatever, we make sure that we put in our schedule our person that we dating or that we married to or that we in a relationship with. So that way you got to put time in because again, like JMO said, and I don't know if you caught it, that time that you don't give, somebody else gonna give. And that's gonna cause some problems. You know what I mean?
True that.
And that's what we got to start thinking. We got to start like proacting instead of reacting.
Come on now.
And then that'll
Preaching,
cause,
man.
yeah, seriously. That's because you know what it's from though? Experience. From relationships, from arguments, from all types of stuff that I've been through in the relationships and the baby moms and different things that I've been through. And see, that's the one thing that I don't mind. I tell people what it is. And, you know, people are like, oh, you don't know. No, trust me, I do, because I can tell you some stories. Just like some of the stories I listened to Simply D, and I learned from him. Certain ways that my uncle always told me to go about. My Uncle Eddie, which he's on. Happy birthday, Uncle Eddie. I see you watching. His birthday was the 1st.
Happy
And
birthday.
he, you know, and he's in his 80s. And that's the part that we have to, as men, now I'm talking to the fellas that's watching this. We have to learn how to not think that we know everything and listen to the older generation that's been through things. But at the same time, for our older people and people my age, we have to take time to listen to the younger generation, you know, and not feel like we know everything because time changed, things change, people change.
Yeah.
So what we have to do as people in general is have to learn how to communicate with the youth, and the youth have to learn how to communicate with us, and we have to learn how to communicate with the older generation. I mean, we pay people $40,000, $50,000 to sit up there and teach us in college out of a book. Why not take time to learn from people that's been through what you grade go through?
Yep.
You don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. That shit like that. I don't want to hear that bullshit. That's not my life. I don't care.
And that's
I don't care about that. It's different. Everything different.
And
What?
that's how they be. And you know what's crazy?
Need a bone.
All you have to do is take what you can get from it that apply to your life. Everything that I say might not apply to your life, but little little peas and stuff that you can catch that attach to your life, or you might could take something that I say and attach it and move it different to apply to your life. But Lisa's basically helping you not walk into that damn brick wall all the time or go through the drama or the relationship drama or jail or whatever the case may be. If I'm trying to tell you something that's going to help, but what's crazy is the people that's trying to help you, they're the ones that you sit there and do like JMO they just did, turn around, you ain't trying to hear it. The motherfuckers that don't give a damn about you, you listen to them.
All day.
How much common sense that make?
All day.
You understand?
And the majority of the time, they're not talking to you. They just talking about you. They don't even have the respect to talk to you about it. They talking about you. And you just overheard. Now you trying to fix and live up to something that somebody didn't have the courage to say to your face.
Exactly.
Ain't that some shit?
Now, on that note, real quick, let me go into 11, because 11:16. So, Jay Monet, you are up.
Oh, wow. Damn, I
know, time flying, ain't
it? Let me get the book. All right, soul of a man with the heart of a woman. What I was thinking about, and I'm going to share, and remember, this is a JMO. Just my opinion. That's all. Just my opinion. But we have a term where we hear, behind every great man, there's a great woman. And I do love that term, so I took the time to look it up and see where it came from. And in 1945, there was an athlete. He was a football player, and he was receiving his trophy. His name was Merrill Frost, and he was the first one to say it. He said, you know, behind me, there's a great woman. He was talking about his mother. And I wanted to know, you know, in a sense, what do y'all think about it? Because when I think about it, it means so much. Behind every great man, there is a great woman. And whether that is your mother that taught you, or the women that you've been with and you've learned things from them to do, or you've learned things not to do, it's helped you to become a stronger and a better man. It bothers me when I hear that term ride or die, because I feel as though a lot of men feel as though a ride or die chick is just a female that will go along with whatever you want to do, whether it's right or wrong. And if they don't go along with it, then there's something wrong with them, or they're not proving their love to you. Versus having a good woman that's trying to make sure you're doing positive things and good things that's going to be beneficial, not just to her and her life, but to you and your life. That's being a strong woman. And I thought of an example, plain and simple. You have a man that's not driving, yet he goes to work, but he's not driving. And the woman gets up every day and she takes him to work. And she works at night, so she's actually breaking her sleep to get up and take him to work. And now it's one or two of them days where she done took him 3-4 days in a row and she's tired. And she say, baby, can you take the bus? And he'll get upset and lose his mind that he got to take the bus, versus appreciating all the times that she did get up to take him to work. Or it'll be, baby, let me use the car. Now, why would I let you drive the car and you know you don't have no license? That's why I'm taking your ass to work, because you don't have no license. So instead of you getting your situation together to get your license, you would rather jeopardize our situation with the car for me to let you drive the car. And again, if I don't let you drive the car, then I don't love you. If I don't let you drive the car that you don't have a license to, that if you get in an accident, we're no longer going to be covered, although I'm paying the insurance bill because you don't have a license, there's something wrong with me and I'm not ride or die, or I don't have your back. I feel as though we got to look at things differently. We got to really try to understand what true love is. You know, not being selfish, considering somebody else's feelings and understanding what they want that's best for them is truly best for us, because that's what a woman's going to do. You got to look at it from the beginning to the end, not just a good body. I think that it's important to see how that woman thinks so she can be in your corner. Find out, you know, when different situations come up. If you're bringing the money home and she's saying, baby, give me the money, what is she doing? Is she investing that money? Is she putting that money up? Is she paying the bills? Do you have a nice home to come to? Is she taking care of your home? Like, all of that is being a good woman. All of that is being, you know, supportive. However, for a man, it's for you to understand and appreciate that. And something, as I said to Mark, when it came to just him and his mother, if she's going out of her way to show you that she loves you and she appreciates you, it seems like you will go out of your way to make her life simpler and easier. A woman should be in your pocket every damn day. Yup, she should be all day, because that's your woman and you want the best for her. And if the thing is about competition, you don't want nobody else doing for her the things that you can do. Why would you want that? And she would only accept those things from you because the way she feels about you. It's like a man can tell me I'm attractive all day. Oh, girl, you're attractive. I love what you wear. You smell good. However, when my man says it, the man that I'm in love with, the man that I care about, it's something special in that. It's something that means so much more. So it's, again, anything that I can do to keep him happy and to keep him going, he should be feeling that, or he should be refilling me with that same love, that same consideration. So that's overall my thinking. You know, we can break it down a whole lot more, but that was pretty much it. Like, I was thinking about investing into each other. You know, I think that both parties should work. In today's time, both parties have to work. However, if the man is not working and the woman is working, and the man comes in and begins to live with her, begins to deal with her as she's working, it's your job to maintain things. Don't come in and disrupt shit. Don't come in. If she's paying the bills, the only thing you really got to do is lick and fucking suck her. If that's all she asking for you to do, real shit, no joke, then do that. You shouldn't be doing it with anyone else. And now you got her mind wondering who and what you're doing, because now she can't maintain and do the things she needs to do. She going into work late. She calling out because her emotions not right. She at work. She can't concentrate. Now she getting written up at the job because you doing dumb shit. Versus appreciating that you got a woman and you just easing by. She's not even putting no weight on you, just easing by. It seems like you should go ahead and ease by. However, a lot of men aren't even smart enough to appreciate that. They will fuck that up. They will fuck that up. And it makes no sense. So my thing again, when you recognize you have a strong woman, when you recognize you have someone that's not going to just say yes to you, but try to encourage you to do positive things that y'all can continue to build, you need to appreciate that. And sometimes we're not mature enough to understand that. And at that point, you got to put your ego to the side and let that go, or it's time for you to grow. It's one of the two things. But if you want something better in your life, God will bring you something good, but you got to know how to appreciate it and you got to know what to do with it. And I say to women, be of value. Be something in someone that he wants to invest in. Be something in someone that when all them other females come, damn, they fine as hell. However, I know what I got at home. And again, she does check off all those boxes without question. And the things that I have an issue with, I don't have a problem communicating that with her, and we can work on that too. So again, it's about a partnership. You know, when you recognize that you want to be with someone, it should be because you're complete within yourself. It shouldn't be because I'm looking for someone to complete me. That Jerry Maguire, oh, you complete me. And the woman started crying. The hell with you complete me? I'm complete within myself. And don't take that as being, you know, cocky or overconfident. Take that as being respectful and knowing who I am. And anything that you're adding on to that, all we can do is get better. And if you are complete within yourself, all I can do is make you better. So we shouldn't be tearing each other down in the name of love. That's completely out of order. If you have somebody that's able to handle things, do what you can do to make shit better. If you at home and she working, clean the damn house. Hell, clean her car. Make sure shit is in order. Do what you can do to take care. We supposed to take care of our body. If she's our backbone, take care of your damn backbone, baby, because a woman got your back. And any man to tell you, if they got a good woman, it's nothing that they will ask for that she will not do. Nothing that she will not do. And when you know you got somebody like that, all you should do is appreciate that. And I don't say this out of hurt, of malice. I'm not going through a bad relationship or none of that. I say that out of wisdom and discipline. I don't have nobody mistreat me because I won't accept the bullshit. And I got a few students that's knocking on my door. A few. However, I recognize who I am. And I recognize if you can't appreciate that and help me to build to make this better, it ain't much I can do for you. I tell you what's more attractive to me. You can have a big dick, you can have a wide dick, you can have a wet tongue. All that's a beautiful thing. But the sexiest thing to me is when I'm out and my man say, baby, hand me some of your business cards so I can hand them out. That's sexy as fuck to me. That get me wet all day. Because that's not only saying that you believe and you trusting in me, you trying to help me to go even further. So yeah, when we get home, I'm ready to do all that shit. So again, it's about building each other up. So that's my little tidbit.
Simply D, what you got? I'll let you go real quick. I see you got your mask off. You want to comment real quick?
I concur with everything she just said. And it's dead on point. Find someone who is your partner. You form a partnership. There's nothing that two people can do to achieve, to grow, and to be better than what they are. And like you said, if you take the actual my business cards, I remember we had an event and the young lady that I was dating took my business cards and was handing them out. Now, guys was trying to crack on it, like, who are you? She was like, I'm not here for that. I'm here about my man. Here's his business card if you want to do business with him. You know what I mean? All that other stuff, I'm not here for that. You know what I mean? And you need someone in your life, as I was saying earlier, that's going to uplift you. I just started writing a year and a half ago. I have 17 books, all because the woman in my life at that time said, I believe in you. I'm in your life for a reason, and I believe that you can accomplish this and everything else that you are due for. I see greatness in you. You need to start writing. And because of her, I am now a writer. I have 17 books, and next year is going to be my year when my books start dropping, and all 17 of them are going to be on the bestsellers list because I had one person who believed in me that made me go out there and start believing in myself to do this thing. So find that person. They're out there. Yeah. Everyone has that person, but you got to know when you have them.
And everyone isn't that damn one. Right. Everyone is not. Everyone you meet isn't that one.
Ain't that
then
one.
You got to take time and understand that some people are in your life just for a season.
Just for a season.
Just for that moment in time to help you to get past where you are. It's not, oh, you try to leave me, I'm going to kill you. For what? You going to die any damn way. For what? What the hell is we doing?
My younger guest host, y'all got anything on that?
Oh, her
You on
whole,
point, Mom.
Pour into that to put
yeah,
that
her
on my
whole
page.
drawing, that was some deep stuff. But,
I'm glad it come from you.
that was
Got
deep.
it in the blood.
So I love it. I love it because it you said everything. I love it
Yeah, like
because
she went in.
yeah,
She
it's
went in.
absolutely
That's
absolutely the truth. I
that
mean,
would be like a perfect relationship. Honestly, like that would be the ideal relationship that would like inspire like growth and happiness, prosperity, a good health, all that. So that's dope.
So
it is.
why don't we have that? If those things as simple as they are, because that's not going out the way. That's just you being yourself and
What it
loving who you are.
is
Why are we
one,
messed up?
I'll tell you, there's a couple of things really. One is like you said, that competition. Everybody think they in competition. And
Mm-hmm.
for real, the only competition really is yourself. That's one. And two, everybody is basically they're bringing their past relationships, their past hurts, their past experience, and they try to judge how that relationship is going to play out based on their past.
True.
And all that is like how, like if you really think about it logically, I get it. But at the same time, like, all right, for an example, um, I go give my female cousin a hug, and everything's cool. Another girl, I'll give her a hug and she starts snapping. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the different perspectives of people, and I don't know, man. It's just a lot. I just think like if you got that love, that respect, and that communication, and the genuine, like the genuine ability to understand your partner, and that's really what it is, like understanding the other person, everything would be cool. Like
Oh
that's the
yeah.
first, like you'll see that, like I don't know, you'll see it in your partner. Like, if they got business cards, obviously they want to. All right, so yeah, I'll help my partner. Like, that would be perfect. I keep going on with that because I would love something like that. Like, that just sounds
Well, you
dope.
know what? You know what the icing on the cake, Dom, is? This is the icing on the cake. With that right person, you can actually have a child and you can continue your legacy going. How about that? And I mean,
That
I understand
sounds
they got all kinds of
beautiful.
relationships and people gay and the LGBT and God bless all that. However, what I'm saying is traditionally, you got me. This thing is so good that with that person, you can now look down and see your seed and it grow. That's what I'm talking about. Real
That's
shit.
facts.
Real love, baby.
That's facts.
I think
That's some shit.
You should
two
end this on that one. You can't
Oh,
even
two
I
say
like the
nothing
ending of
about
that one.
relationships
two
after that. Like,
two
that's
two things real quick. And it's the piggyback off of what Jay Monet said. I think what we have to do is realize that when we're in a relationship, we're in a relationship. We got to stop letting our surroundings, certain people,
hmm
family, friends, whoever, try to dictate our relationship because they don't know what goes on behind closed doors. They don't know how you really feel. They might hear what you really feel, but a man is never going to I'm not going to never go to Tone and say, oh, Tone, I really love her, this and that. And we just don't do that. We're not going to express our true emotional side, I should say, like like a woman would talk to another woman and express how they feel. Not all. I'm just speaking from my point of view because I know people are like, oh, not really. Some men don't basically express how they feel to the people that's around them. So when you go and you talk about that woman, or a woman go talk about that man to their friends, they only love you. Like for example, Dom, if you called me and told me that the female doing you wrong, this and that, I get defended because I feel protected of you,
right,
Exactly.
and you might be doing the
right,
dumb shit. But
right,
of
right.
course, because of the relationship that I have with you, I'm gonna be like, oh, you need to leave her, this and that. I don't like that she treating you that way.
hmm
A lot of people, not everybody, but some people don't look at the full relationship and say, all right, So this is what might need to take place to keep that relationship together. And then you run into the people that's miserable in their lives, so they want you to be miserable. So they might give you negative things. So that's some of the reasons why certain relationships don't work, because what we have to do is learn how to deal with one-on-one and talk and get through things and realize that I'm not going to be the perfect man. She's not going to be the perfect woman. But how do we work to get through whatever the issues are to keep what we have going? You know, instead of always, as soon as something go wrong, we jumping at it. Oh, she's an ass, like JMO said. Oh, she this and that. This woman then cook, say, for 30 years or 20 years or 2 months. Then cook for you, clean for you, made sure everything is good. You did what you did. And that one or two things that you did wrong, now you're the bad guy. We got to stop doing that in relationship and friendship and business, period. As people, we got to stop gravitating towards that one thing, because we all gonna make mistakes. I've done things and sent text messages out to business people. It came off a certain way because I might have just didn't have a good day. But see, when we as men, we have to come to the point that we can say, you know what, damn, I was wrong. We have to basically, we gonna make mistakes and stop trying to ease out of us making mistakes. Take that shit head on. You know what, I was wrong. I apologize. Be man enough to apologize and know that you're going to make mistakes. Just like females are going to make mistakes. We all are going to make mistakes, but we have to eat our shit. And once we learn how to eat our shit and get past it, then things will be more easy. And then females won't be scared to talk to you, because now they feel as though every time they talk to you, you being defensive. So now they don't want to talk to you, and they holding stuff in, and you wondering why they acting all messed up. Because they got so much stuff, because they're not communicating with you. Because as soon as I say something, he gonna start getting defensive. He gonna go out the door. He gonna start bitching up and acting this way, so they don't say nothing. Vice versa, we do the same thing. Females, blah, blah, blah. We just sit there like, all right, you right. Knowing damn well they wrong, but we don't want to hear their mouth. So we just saying, you know what, you right. All right, whatever. And we gotta stop doing that. We gotta start coming to the table and express how we feel. And they got to accept it, just like they got to accept how we feel. Vice versa. It got to be that way.
I like that.
And that's what's going to build.
Jeanette, you have anything you want to say?
I was taking it all in, commenting on what you were saying. Hold on, cause I'm taking in everybody's stuff. I'm sorry, I was taking in everybody's stuff, but definitely taking care of your significant other. If they are, I don't want to say if they are the light of the situation, but if you got a good person and they doing the stuff that they supposed to be doing, just if they already just holding down, you should add to that situation, or you should keep that person, like you said, in a good headspace. Because emotionally, with women, we deal with so much, and men don't really deal in emotion. They deal with just straight logic. With women, some of us deal with a lot of emotion and not necessarily know how to handle feelings. I can honestly say, me in my early 20s, it's a lot of stories that it'll come out in books or whatever, but my mom, she don't know everything. You dig what I'm saying? And it's just like, I had my savage life. So then getting into a relationship and then really actually giving a F about somebody and exploring new feelings is like, oh damn, what's this? I care. I'm not about to sit here and, oh, all right, what's this nigga number? Yo, we going to the bar tonight, or what's popping, and just get distracted or whatever, but really deal in the emotion of the situation and then be like, damn, I never really been here before. I never really cared. And then you just get off track off of what you're supposed to be doing because of what you're dealing with a person in a relationship that you normally wouldn't deal with, but you want to work things out. It's a mess. Come to the table, do what you're supposed to do as a man, do what you're supposed to do as a woman, so y'all can move forward and just be great together. Anything else is a distraction and just a total waste of time. And that's just how I feel about that.
Good stuff. Jax, you got anything?
My sister said it for me, okay? Don't be distracted. Stay focused and do what you gotta do is you, and he do what he do is him, and look, y'all be great.
All right, I got a question. This is something I've been thinking about. With men cheating and messing around as much as they do now, my question I would ask myself, we would say, back in the day, the men, they were more loyal and, they was focused. But as I began to think about it, I'm like, well, hell, they didn't have internet. They didn't know about the women in the other towns, in the other countries. They only knew about the people that was right there in their
The
community. That's
people on
all
the
they
block.
knew. Right, they ain't know nobody else. And they couldn't mess around with every damn body because they've been known. So they've been a hoe. But in today's times, you have so much at your fingertips. So is it that men were more loyal back then, or is it because they didn't have as many distractions, do you think, back then? And that's why it appears to be that they were more loyal.
Simply D, I'll let you go first.
I'll say this: the perception that men were more loyal back then is a myth. Men cheated more back then than just as much as back then as they do now. Men had more families across town then than they do now. Because I hear some of the old heads, I know of stories from some of the older men that I've talked to, or their wives, and doing my research and writing my books, and hear about all these families or all these people who pop up at funerals, this kid and that kid, and be like, where the hell they come from? You know what I mean? So internet, I mean, you have more opportunity now with the internet and stuff, but the cheating was just as bad back then.
Okay.
I think what it is with the internet and the social media and stuff is just more out there. It's more easy to see. Like anything, even with, and it's like I don't have nothing against nobody lifestyle. Even with the homosexuality stuff and all this stuff that's going on, even with the pro-black, even with all this slavery stuff, it's just that we have access to information easier than we did then. So now, like Simply D, it's funny because he said exactly what I was going to say. Like far as the uncles being cousins and the cousins being brothers and sisters, and I know so many families that's like, okay, yo, that's your cousin. It's like this person's dad is his uncle. It's so mixed up and so crazy from the past that it's ridiculous. Like seriously, you know. And I think that it's just more in the spotlight. That's why we see the cheating and stuff. So, and I think that the and it's not taking anything from our generation, but I think that the older men was more smoother, more like, you know, the suits and ties and, you know, the nice Cadillacs and stuff like that. So I think they were bigger players than it is now. Like seriously, look, think about it. Who hears about, you heard about pimps and stuff more then than you hear now. So I just think that the information is there. That's probably why we hear so much about it.
I like that. I'll take that in. What you thinking, Dom?
I'm thinking that we really can't sit here and say men cheated more back then than they do now, because I'm pretty sure we don't know how many men cheated. I'm just, you know, just
you be giving them political
like, and I'm pretty sure most of the men who did cheat didn't tell the truth that they did.
So Dom, have you ever cheated in a relationship?
Huh?
Have you ever cheated in a relationship?
Yeah, I cheated in a relationship, but that was like when I was younger.
Did you have any regrets after you cheated? Or did you feel all right with it?
Honestly, all right. So I was in one situation where I was okay with it. And that was only because the other person wasn't, no, it wasn't near.
Okay. He said, no. Okay.
Well, I can tell you this. When I have two books I'm working on. One is titled "This Can't Be My Life," and the other one is "Does Your Wife Know You're Single?" When these two books come out, they're going to tell you all about the cheating game. And I've interviewed people for these two books.
I like
it.
You ain't interviewed me.
I want to hear about Dom's other situation. Dom said there was two situations.
You ain't interviewed
I want to know about the other
Drop
one.
that book. Drop that book. Drop that drawing.
Because I know your stories.
Look, to be honest with
Dom, what's the other situation? You said there was two situations. What was the other situation?
Hey, what you talking about?
You said it was two situations, bruh.
Two situations. That's what I said.
The one you said you don't care about because she was nah. I remember the nah. So what was the other situation?
Nah, that was only because I was under the impression that she was cheating on me. So I was trying to communicate. Now, in this relation, I was trying to communicate that, you know, all right, I know you talking to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I know you doing something. Just chill. Like,
Oh, you gave her a warning.
multiple times.
Oh man, you a good
All
dude.
right,
And
so in that
right,
situation,
you would
why
think
wouldn't
that
you
like
just leave the situation versus cheating? Why would if you recognize you told her multiple and she didn't receive it, why wouldn't you leave the situation and then
yeah,
just
that
move on versus cheating on her?
it wasn't that simple.
It never is. It never
Honestly,
is.
it wasn't that simple. Yeah, I'm
Why?
gonna leave it on that one. Cause some people
If you're
react
messing around on me and
react
I'm
to
telling you I
things
recognize you
differently.
messing around and I
Mhm.
don't want to continue to deal with the situation, then you stop calling, you stop wanting to see, you cut off, and then you move
All
on
right.
with your
So
life.
what if you do that? So yeah, some people don't know how to take no for an answer.
She was a stalker. Look, you couldn't. Look. She was a
No,
stalker.
it's that.
That's because you're trying to be nice because I will go to the police and get a restraining order. Like I said, bullshit is nothing. I'm not playing games out here. And you don't got time to play games. These people is losing their mind doing dumb shit. And you got to let them know you want to draw a line in the sand. I'm not doing this shit with you. I'm not going to keep cussing and fussing and getting myself upset or I can't be around somebody else because your dumb ass want to interrupt. You're going to know that the cops going to come. I'm going to take it to that degree. Yeah, I'm going to take it to that degree. Anybody playing this bullshit with you.
I was
She
definitely
said, anybody doing this with you? Lord God.
I'm not doing that shit.
Straight
Trying to
like
live
that.
my life over here. I'm trying to live
Real
my
talk,
best one. I ain't
exactly.
fucking
Like,
around
all
with
right,
your ass.
I ain't know
I got
anybody
shit
doing this with
ass.
you. Like, okay. Yeah.
so yeah, that's something I've been through.
Would you do that now? So after going through that experiences and maturing, if that was to happen now, you was to be with someone and you was to fear that they was cheating on you, would you leave them or would you mess around?
No, I will leave him. I will definitely leave
Okay.
him. Honestly,
You
I will
learned. Okay,
first,
you
I
learned.
would ask them. I mean, I would talk to him about it. I'll try to communicate. Now, if I can't say I would leave him because you know, what y'all talking, what y'all having sex, because y'all just for reals, because you can be communicating with somebody and not be having sex with them. You know what I'm saying? And you can be also sucking and and
Let me
doing
tell you,
all.
Dom.
You know what I
Some
mean?
of the best parts of a relationship is just the talking, baby. So sometimes you don't need them to have sex. Just them being on that phone for them 20 minutes.
That's
I
facts,
promise you,
though.
she can probably came
That's
3 or 4
facts.
times
And
with
you
the
know what?
possibility.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely just that emotional energy that
Yeah.
given to somebody else. You're right.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. So
What you thinking, Jax? I see you smiling. What you
No, no,
thinking?
I heard you yay. I'm like, okay. You meant what you said. No, that's real though. That's real. I know,
Have
I
you
mean,
messed around in a
love languages.
relationship?
Oh, no, I don't get in those. It's not, we don't do
All
that.
right, Tommy.
No. It's like, no, I don't mess around in relationships. I wanna mess around together in a relationship. But I mean, anything like, no, I'm cool. I can do
If you was to
whatever.
find out that someone that you cared about cheated on you, how would you feel? Would you stay in a relationship and work it out, or would you let it go?
I would. Mm,
I guess it
mm.
depends on the
I put them
relationship.
on hold. Right. It do depend on the relationship. And I
If
probably
it's
let them go
work,
because,
if it's
All right.
work.
So while you
like,
have them on
where we at
hold,
with this?
all right. If you put them on hold, are you now seeing other people while they on hold, or are you still committed to them?
right,
They're on hold. They on
right.
pause.
I'm always seeing them people. People always see me. What do you mean? I don't understand.
Oh, that's what you're gonna come with.
Maybe,
That's what
yeah.
you
Yeah.
said.
What are you talking about? Really?
Deep.
I don't get it.
Lord, I'm glad I ain't dating y'all. That's deep.
Wow.
Look.
I'm
No,
telling you, I
Who?
would not want to date this younger generation, guys.
Yeah.
See, Mark, I would not date this younger generation. That's
It's
why
like,
I'm
I
making
mean,
them young boys
everything
now.
that you stated, Mom. If he's not doing those things, then it's not a real relationship to me. You feel me? Like you friend. You friend, bro. You bro. Like you bro.
You bro, damn. Okay.
Right. You like you said you
Nigga don't
gave
even
a
got a name.
definition for a fuck boy. And what did you say, Mom? What was your definition of a fuck boy? Because the way you put it, I never put it like that. The fuck boy to me is, see, you said a fuck boy was just a boy that you fucking. Like, no, a fuck boy is not that to me. I'm not fucking a fuck boy. So
That's
fuckboy
what's
to
funny.
me is a guy that's just like not doing the things that you said. Like you don't even take care of business. Like Simply D said, he said, take care. That is the most important. If you're not taking care of me, I'm not taking care of you. We ain't doing this.
That's
And you
so
want to take
funny.
care of me before I take care of you. So this is like
That's
we ain't doing
funny. The
this.
definitions,
See,
how
and hit,
definitions are different for our generation and the younger generation. Like a fuck
Right.
boy to you, you said was somebody that you just banging out. A fuck boy in the new generation, if I'm not mistaken, y'all can correct me. A fuck boy is like a nut type of boy,
Yeah, that's what I was
right?
thinking of
For
nut.
the new
Yeah.
generation, like
Mhm.
damn boy, you acting like a fuck boy. That's a cornball.
Right. Like you
Okay,
can't even get none of this, bro. Like no.
okay, all right. That's
No,
good to
no,
know.
no conversation.
We learning some language here tonight.
All right.
Yes.
Look, that's very interesting.
Well, I don't want to fuck boys for our generation or for their generation. How about that?
Yeah,
I'm
let's
good.
bury those.
I think
Gotta be careful.
after
And women gotta be careful out there just having sex, and because it's some good sex and he got a
wait
big
a
dick,
minute.
you go from
Men
having a
and
chick to
women,
having
correct
sex.
that. Men and women got to be careful
But
nowadays.
what I'm saying, no, what I'm saying is, when it comes to some of these women, they letting these men bang them out, literally bang them out. And when
Mhm.
they go, I'm in the bathroom. I hear them when they go. They don't have a tinkle tinkle no more. That shit sound like a gush of water. I'm like, damn, no, nothing hold nothing up. Cause somebody done banged the stuff out.
Yo,
You better know
ma.
it gotta last a lifetime. You better chill. You better chill. You better chill. You better chill. I'm trying to
That's some real talk, though.
trying to
That's
tell
very
you.
I've
real.
never
This ain't
thought
got no
of that
walls. They ain't
visual.
got no walls.
Thanks, Joe.
None.
Hey, Jay. Thanks for that visual. So for all the young boys that's still dating, when you go to the bathroom, all you gotta do is put your ear to the bathroom
That's
door,
it.
and if it sounds like it's what's name, that means
Mom, they ain't
that.
gonna like you for that one. They ain't gonna like you for
Hey
that one.
you, real shit, no joke.
They
You
gotta
just
keep it
gave the
up or
scoop
something. I
up.
don't know.
Wow.
I've never thought of that
I'm
ever.
just saying. I'm just saying.
That's interesting. look,
I'm just saying.
I got
look,
somebody that can check out there.
I can see people with glass now to the bathroom door with the glass. Like, give me that cup,
Oh
give me
my
that cup.
gosh.
Okay, all right, we good, we good. Look,
Yeah.
and
I
excuse
got,
me. So that's why women turn the water on when they go to the bathroom.
Oh,
Ah,
that's
I'm gonna
it,
tell y'all
mom.
that
Oh,
too. I'm telling everything.
wow.
I know. That's why they got me on the show. I dropped some stuff, but men are simple. They still gonna miss it.
I just
I
did it
got
because
So a
you
lot
did
of
it,
times when
mom.
you hear the
Like,
women go in the bathroom and the water's running, they're not having it to drink. I promise you, it's to sound it out, and
I
you
got
don't
somebody
know.
I need to
she.
check out.
Look, you got past the listen test. That was the
So turn
listen
my
test.
water off. Don't be running my water like that. Then you
Look,
listen.
what
Running
you
my
got to
water
do
bill
is
up.
you got to turn the knobs off at the sink real quick in the tub.
oh
before
yeah.
you go in there. Like I was trying to wash my hands and the water wasn't working. Oh, my bad. Let me turn the water on.
I got a drip. Yeah, I got a
Oh.
drip over here.
Look, we got plumbing
Yeah.
problems. Hold up one
Yeah.
second. Look,
I'm trying to check your plumbing. Make sure your plumbing cool.
Oh Lord.
Wow.
He
okay,
said,
that's
"Wow."
educational. Thanks a lot,
So
JMO.
y'all know what it is. Soul of a man, heart of a woman. We coming to y'all real with it. We ain't playing with y'all. This is
Next
happening in
time
the
next
world.
time I see her.
Mm-mm.
That was interesting. Well, it's 10 of 12. Anybody have any other thing they want to say real quick before we start ending the show? I want to thank our viewers on
Yes.
Facebook. That's been, man, people been sharing and commenting. So I wanted to say thank you. I appreciate the support.
Thank
Check
you,
us
thank
out
you.
here
So
every first and
much.
third Wednesday, 10 at night to 12. If you got topics or any music or anything that you want us to check out, you can email us at sadorradio@gmail.com. And make sure you tune into the next show, Simply D. When you coming on? You want to give
I'll be on this Saturday, 10 to 12. That's Be Mindful in the Morning with your man Simply D. I will be solo this Saturday. My co-host will be everyone who's listening in.
Yo,
J-Mo, what you got going on?
we had a real shit radio show powered by Sador Radio coming to you the second and fourth Thursday from 6 to 8. You know what it is, our motivation and then adult hour talking that good And every day you need to check me out for Philly events. What? What's going on? Nigga, I said Philly events. You heard me back there. Philly events, y'all. I'll let y'all know all the comedy that's going on, whether it's in person or it's on virtual. So check us out.
And how can they check you out?
You can go to JMO Just Laugh, JMONET, Just Laugh, JUSTLAUGH.com, or just type it in. Google me, baby. Google me, baby.
My name is Marc5. I appreciate everybody. Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow night with Open Conversation, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. with Simply D, Miss Darkchild, Marc5, and Mr. Fastlane. And our guest will be Kimberly Johnson. She's a CPA. And we're going to talk more so about these checks that we've been getting, these stimulus checks, taxes, and everything that have to do with money. So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow on Sador Radio, the station that's more than music. And the first and third, you know what I like about this? The first
the check's been stopped.
And third, check me out on New Artist Hour on Tuesday. Check me out, of course, on Wednesday with this show right here. And then check me out on Thursday with Open Conversation.
You doing things, Mark. Look at you. You doing things.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Check me out.
You doing things.
Week. And also check out all the other shows that's on Sador Radio, the station that's more than music, with Lady T tomorrow morning from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And at 9 a.m. she has the new artist also on the morning show. So make sure y'all tune in to her. Check out some of the new artists. For you new artists, make sure y'all reach out to us. If you have some music, if you have poetry or whatever you have, we into supporting each other. So this is the station that's more than music. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody jumping on tonight. This was a good show. Good conversation.
Great show. Thanks
this
for
was
having
good.
me.
This was good.
Yeah.
You
and
too.
Listen to the bathroom.
You guys, thanks for enjoying my company.
Yeah, look. It's crazy. After all this talking about water, look, I gotta go to the bathroom now. Drink that.
Oh gosh.
Drinking that tea. Everybody have a great night. I'm gonna put some music
Have
on.
a good night, all. Thank y'all.
I appreciate y'all.
Share your smile. Make a memory happen today, because tomorrow is not promised.
Absolutely.
Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night.